Now, the second of two special reports from our environment correspondent Duncan Slytholm. Incentives encouraging the production of power from sources like wind, waves and the sun could bring big opportunities to companies here in the southwest.
That's according to an organisation representing the renewable energy industry in the region. Duncan has been to Spain, where solar parks, wind farms and hydroelectric schemes have generated investment and jobs.
Stepping from its past towards a new future, the Navarra region of Spain realised a few years ago that producing power could also generate jobs. It used to import all of its energy. In just a few years, that has changed. This city of Pamplona is in the heart of the Navarra region, where now, thanks to renewable energy, they get around 80% of all of their electricity from local sources. It began with hydroelectric power, then they started making the most of the wind and the sun. Lessons learned here have already been shared with places like Cornwall.
We need energy, and it's just a matter of how we are going to get that energy.
Solar farms like this are now being proposed for many places across the West Country. In Navarra, there are enough panels to power a town the size of Taunton, the sun generating more than just electricity, particularly in the countryside.
This is a very rural area, and the alternative energy was a new way of income, and ever since it's been very successful.
The company behind this project in Los Arcos, Suntroom, is based in Wiltshire. It's now developing projects in the UK and around the world. Support from the local community in Los Arcos is strong, particularly from the mayor. There are now 136 new small businesses, he says, with a very specific industry. In this case, it's solar power, and they are boosting the local economy, which is so vital for the area. A few miles from the solar park is one of the area's biggest employers. Ingeteam makes boxes converting electricity produced by solar panels and wind turbines. This factory opened a decade ago with 14 staff. It now has around 500. Turnover in the solar division alone was more than €120 million last year.
The local governments wants to promote this area because there was a big unemployment in this area, and there was two ways. One is to promote the solar projects in renewables energy, not only in solar, also in wind power, but also to try to keep industry.
As a result, this area has become a worldwide centre of excellence for renewable energy. New technology is being developed and tested, and some of the biggest wind and solar power companies have set up bases. It is an economic boost many believe could be repeated in the West Country.
In the future, our prosperity really could be based on taking advantage of the huge natural resources, the sun, the wind, the waves, and those can produce lots of high-value jobs, and if we get to be real leaders in these technologies, we then have the opportunity to export them around the rest of the country and the rest of the world.
Like Navarra, the southwest is at the forefront of renewable energy development with schemes like the Wave Hub off Cornwall. But unlike our continental cousins, we don't seem to have developed as fast.
We have worked very, very hard last 20 years. But we have a very nice future for the next 20 years.
Some solar farms will be built in the West Country. Perhaps, though, the region's brightest future will be found not in following our foreign friends, but trying now to get ahead of them. Duncan Slytholm in northern Spain for the West Country Tonight.